Like many others, I have always found Bruce Lee and his ideas to be incredibly inspiring. But one famous quote that has eluded me until only recently goes like this.
We need emotional content. Try again. That's it. How did it feel to you?
Let me think.
Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
For you and me as D&D enthusiasts, the moon is the fun that we strive to have and create for our group. And the finger, appearing to point the way to that fun, but actually acting as a distraction from it, is all these freaking books. Hi, I'm Bob, and this is where we learn to have more fun playing D&D together. That has always been my tagline because I don't claim to be able to dish out fun for you. These are ideas that I hope you can use to create fun at the table. And sometimes they're ones that didn't even work for me, but I'm very confident could work for other people if executed differently. And while this next piece of advice might feel very obvious, and hopefully it does to a lot of you, I know there are many beginners in this audience as well. So here it is. Bigger rulebooks won't make your game more fun. No matter how hard they try, Hasbro, Dungeons & Dragons, really any gaming company cannot sell you this hobby. This game takes place in our imaginations, and I've spent the last 5 or 6 years playing it mostly entrenched in rulebooks, thinking that it would help me be a better DM or a better player. All the while trying to recapture the hilarious session after session style of play that existed in my first campaign as a player. There's a long video on this channel that I'll link up in the cards where me and 4 of my best friends talk about this campaign in which we had no understanding of the rules, really no idea what we were doing, we just made up our abilities and our items, everything was pretty much homebrewed, and it was a blast every time. And I was on the right path for a while. After that campaign, before buying a lot of the books because I was intimidated by the sheer volume and the price, I actually made my own RPG that I played for a while with Grace and a few other friends. It was fun, but as I left that beginner mindset and really started seeking more knowledge about the game, I ended up getting stuck there. And only more recently am I coming to the conclusion that all this stuff, of course, can't make you any happier. And instead, I want to feel like a beginner again. And funny enough, at about the same time, one of my original D&D role models seems to be going on the same journey. If you haven't had the pleasure, let me introduce you to Hankrin Fernale, aka Drunkens and Dragons, aka Runehammer. When I was just getting into D&D 5 or 6 years ago, this guy's videos were so inspiring to me because he just clearly bleeds passion for the game, and he does it in such a fun and funny way.
Hey guys, Drunkens and Dragons here with another awesome episode about playing D&D like a big old badass.
And he's been playing way longer than I have, but as he actually got into creating and designing his own super successful game, Index Card RPG, I was getting into the real 5e rule set, and we kind of split paths for a while. But I've since rediscovered him in my own YouTube journey, trying to get back to my roots of what really made D&D fun for me at the beginning. And as I was enjoying one of his recent Friday night live streams, I posed a question that he was kind of broaching, but was really just stuck in my head about how I need to change my mission toward all of you.
Question, a couple more and then let's get out of here. The goal of returning to the beginner mindset is wonderful. Thank you, Bob. Would you encourage, Bob World Builder, dude, your videos are so fun, man. Great to see you in the stream. I love your stuff.
And I gotta pause here for a second because it felt so cool for him to recognize and acknowledge my videos and say they were fun. Okay, here we go.
Would you encourage beginners to stay unclouded by rulebooks? Or encourage, yes, absolutely. Because there's some kind of perception that they need to understand so much material. Rather than just getting the D20 rollover basic concept and then putting everything away and just inventing their own monsters and their own craziness and learning that way. And as their skill grows, they start thinking about, I wonder what other creative people had to say. And that's when they delve into the books. I think the beginner mind is perfect for self-creation because there is no right way. And so you're free. Now, if people aren't having fun, yeah, that's the wrong way. But I honestly feel that the beginner doesn't hit that very often. Trying to play out of a book is less fun than a beginner coming up with some oddball mechanic.
So if you're a beginner and you're already having a ton of fun, you're doing it right, and you don't really need to change a lot or try to learn a lot more about this game because you have it, my friend. If you're neck deep in D&D books wondering what's wrong with your game, get rid of the books for a while. Seriously, this will change your game for the better. And if you've already achieved this post-rulebook nirvana D&D state, please be more vocal in this community because I need your voice more than ever. Now, in the most counterintuitive way a YouTuber has ever ended a video, please turn off your phone, turn off your computer, and go make something fun. As some inspiration, here is the Saddle of the Unicorns. Designed by the 9-year-old child of one of my patrons, this item is simple in how it works, but it's fantastic, and that just makes it so elegant, and it was created by someone with next to no knowledge of the 5e rule set. Guys, there is no barrier to entry in this game. So remember, don't focus on the finger, focus on the moon, and keep building.